This is an OU Nightly News Brief. I'm Kelly Morose. Late today, the State Medical Examiner's Office identified the bodies of 7-year-old Asia Johnson and Lester Hobbs. A Norman man spotted the bodies in a car near Lake Thunderbird on Monday. Fingerprints were used to identify Hobbs and dental records to confirm Asia's identity. The cause of death is still under investigation. High school students will begin learning about one of the most devastating events in Oklahoma history. Tuesday, Governor Brad Henry signed legislation for Oklahoma public high schools to teach the history of the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. The legislation is on its way to the State Department of Education for curriculum development. Drivers will need to think twice before making that call while driving. Under a bill passed today by the State Senate, cell phones, personal grooming, reading or writing, and interacting with pets can land drivers a $100 fine. Norman residents have the chance to vote for an updated outdoor emergency warning system on Tuesday. The city currently has 21 sirens that are obsolete. The more than $2 million bond would replace the sirens, but it would also raise property taxes 61 cents a month.
Weeks after the 9th anniversary of 9/11, we're still talking about the causes of the attacks.
And Kelly Morose has the latest on recent happenings involving 9/11. Kelly?
Oh my God. Iranian president. What just happened? A new outlook on the economy as global leaders wrap up the G20 summit in South Korea today. For the past few months, America's economy has been a top priority on President Obama's list. At the summit, he pushed for leaders to take more steps in monitoring world trade and economic recovery. A major focus of the summit was to have more market-determined exchange rates and to stop competition to devalue the currency of other nations. 1 year and 1 day is what a Tennessee man faces for hacking into Sarah Palin's email account. David Cornell hacked into the former Republican vice president nominee's account during the 2008 presidential elections. He took screenshots of personal information like email contacts and family pictures and posted them on a website. For the first time since May, the Dow closed above 11,000 following a decline in jobs. The decline boosted hopes of stimulus measures from the Fed. Meanwhile, Bank of America is stopping foreclosure sales in all 50 states. This comes after the largest American bank froze foreclosures in 23 states last week. That's Bank of America. The process on delinquent borrowers will continue. More lenders are expected to make similar moves. In Hungary, the toxic red river of sludge that has forced hundreds to evacuate villages has now killed 7 people. Of big concern was the Danube River being contaminated with the sludge, but it looks like there will be no serious environmental damage. Crews are still working on diluting the alkaline content of the spill. Take a look at this. It's hard to believe an 83-year-old man survived this crash and with little injuries. His car went airborne this morning off the 2nd floor of a California parking garage. Suffering a minor head injury and some scratches, he was able to walk away from the crash. Authorities are still investigating what caused the crash. Hi you guys, 27 miners are missing after a mine explosion in New Zealand. Rescuers haven't been able to enter the mine to search for them because of a potentially dangerous buildup of gas, which they fear could be putting the miners' survival even more at risk. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what caused the explosion. And the cholera epidemic in Haiti has now spread to the nation's largest prison. It has already claimed more than 1,100 lives, but now the death toll could rise even more significantly because the prison houses 2,000 inmates, all living in crowded conditions, making it that much more easier for the outbreak to spread. And it's something we tend to take for granted in life, our toilets. And of course, our toilet paper. Today is World Toilet Day. It sounds kind of funny, but globally, diarrhea is the leading cause of illness and death. 2.6 million people don't have access to proper sanitation, and around 40% of the global population does not have access to a toilet. Those are your headlines from around the country and the world. Back to you in the main studio.